Looks like I'm on. We've got a good 15 minutes before our official go time starts. We just get on early, and sometimes people have questions or we look at stuff. Let's saw a game this morning. Let's look at it. It's kind of a classic Moyo versus Territory. They're both 9 dawn level. The titles you see aren't real. I just didn't change them when I brought it up. Okay. So black has all influence going on. White goes for Territory. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this move. It's very common for black to play in a Moyo setting. If white dares cut, then black's just going to get a whole lot of extra stuff. And whatever black wants to do here is going to work. So white generally comes under, which is what happens in this game. And often black will play this way. A very nice little position facing the center. But then white gets a big move. So here black just left that alone and went elsewhere. I have a nice fresh cup of coffee, so I'm going to be sipping that. White stops black from getting that nice position. So again, if here black is already stable, now this entire area not stable for black. So really what we're looking at is that with 2 helping stones, which will be really rather helpful. But it just helps the overall Moyo for black. Okay, and black continues with the Moyo. White comes in. What are you doing with Moyos? You fight. That's how you get your points in Moyo. You don't play this way. Oh, I'm going to take, let me get it on the right button here. I'm going to, all the corners mine. It's just, you're going to lose. White's already ahead. So you have to fight and get free points, which we'll see lots of. White takes the corner. Okay. So yes, white lived. But black has area 1 is very strong. And again, this is good for center, right, top. It's like, we'll see more of this. I've always thought A was interesting. It's so thin, but really there's just no way through it. I tend to play this one a little stronger, but not as fast, not as far. This black move next can do nice turns and such. So that's a nice move. White comes in. I think I would probably start something now. Where would it be? Not this shoulder hit. That's too heavy. Black's too thick here. Here, does this actually help? Sure hurts the corner now, right? Black's gonna, yeah, I don't like that. Here, that could be hard for white. That's a lot of territory black's getting. So I can't think of a place to come in. So this does seem logical. Okay, here. This is a move that Q players tend to not understand. Your Q player is going to play this way, building a wall by the territory. That's your Q idea. White built real points, real strength, and all white has to do is live inside, which is rather easy. It's not practical points for black. Instead, we play this way. White goes for life, and we fight. So when you have a moyo, it's all about white must come in, or you're going to get more points than him. When he does, you fight and get free points. So this black move is taking this area worth 6-ish. Black gets a little more. Here's the temptation. If we cut, white's alive. So white succeeded on the first one. Next, black hasn't stopped white from playing here, which is part of the Joseki. And this white Aji stone, it's become impractical. So black says, no, you can't live. White takes outside stuff, gets his position. Black gets more practical points. So black got the corner, area 1, more and more in area 2, and white's not alive yet. Now, black's corner, upper right corner, isn't actually alive. For instance, Atari, if we come down, there's two things. Atari, turn. Now, this will have to happen later when white's stronger, but assuming that's the case, black's just not alive. Atari, if black takes, well, that's not alive. And again, this is all assuming it's later when white's stronger. Atari can also go this way, Atari. If you capture Atari, it's ko for the corner. So you see there's just Aji. Now, at the moment, white's not strong enough to start this up, but black needs to be careful. And now black's getting surrounded. And you can see if white starts this up, this entire top area, and we can treat this as sente. This whole area is becoming white. So black comes in with a pinch. Q players tend to force this, and then play here. This isn't bad per se, other than the habit. And the habit is, this is not the primary move. This Atari is not the primary move. This is the shape move that fixes everything. So in the game, black just plays there, leaves everything else. It means that there's more Aji left in the corner. You don't need to rush things like that. Just play the basic move. White comes here. And now he was faced with, well, I can play an A move, pretty big. It does leave this, is it actually practical? Can we count it as points, or is it too open? That's a hard question to answer. We can play this, or we can play what he did in the game. Oh, well, this is just a quick sente. In the game he played here, the left was becoming quite large and practical for white. Black stops it, and white comes in. But now, after we get this in, this black move, this is not practical. There are no more questions. That's black's area. If he'd done it earlier, maybe, maybe not. It's hard to tell. White needs to help the center group, the right group, bother black's group on top, get ready to cut this knight's move. This is a beautiful move for white. So white's doing well. It's just that black's just building up all these points. And can we really say black's ahead? That's difficult to say, but white's the one with the weak groups. That's the real takeaway here, is the board is somewhat equitable, but white's the one that's weak. This move was interesting. He says, I really have no idea. I don't know what to play here, but this kind of looks like a Tsuji. I thought that was pretty funny. He's just like, it sort of surrounds. If white doesn't do anything, white can't do any cutting because of the weakness on the left. It's like, kind of looks like a Tsuji, and starts surrounding. It was so vague when he played it, like, well, let's try this one. And white plays here. White needs some points. This is points. This deals with the cut at M17. Starts, if white cuts through here, black's getting weak again. It sure would be nice to just play some move like this and claim, okay, I've got 10 points in the center and I'm alive. And let black have this sort of thing. It's awfully big, though. White plays it. Black starts the attack. Nice move. It's a great move. Black would like to be aggressive here, right? But there's enough weakness. He decides, let me back off once. He's not about to back off twice, though. So he pushes and cuts. This is a beautiful move. Fixes the knight's move, connects to the wall, threatens the cut. Black plays here, perking up, getting the Aji going on the blackstone, threatening to cut apart. And the white groups aren't alive yet. White comes this way, and black splits. And at this point, white runs out of time in the game. He's struggling because even if he connects his groups, how many points is that? No points here. No points there. It's like 5 points tops in Gote. And black's getting, so it's just really difficult to come up with a plan here. On the left, black's developing a big area. So white's just has too much to do. White's too busy. I thought there's a lot of cool stuff to look at. Oh, and we're out of time. It's time to start our official stuff. Perfect. Good. Okay, we don't have our helpers today so far. So we'll play a game against Crazy Stone. It's generally what we do, unless people have particular ideas. We generally play at 3Q level. That handles most of what people come across. We're white. Call me 7.5 because I like 7.5. And we share the screen. And we get my face out of there. Good. Okay. So the point of playing through the game is just to see basic thinking. And I can imagine some people thinking, well, that doesn't count for much, does it? Well, you're playing at 3Q level and you're making all these mistakes and not playing basic moves. So this is to encourage you what they look like, how to do them, how to think about them. Okay. All very basic. I don't need to respond to this. But if I hope to do anything on the bottom, I need a group over here I can trust. So that's why I'm stabilizing. I don't need to respond to that. If I do, it's nice position on the right. I like that. And it's sort of Sente because if black doesn't respond, I'm going to get extra stuff against the lonely stone. So that's all good. But I kind of don't like a black stone here. You can see my cursor. If black plays here, I'm thinking to myself, how do I get this white group, assuming black's here, to fight below? I want to support this group so it's prepared to fight on the bottom. So I'm going to play this way instead. Instead of responding on this corner, I'm going to approach this corner. Now, a black move here is harder for black because it's an extra white stone, so it's easier to fight. So this is now going to favor white if black comes in. Then I can come back here. Okay. I'm okay. He's okay. So we get to think of big moves. I want to kick because it's awkward for black here. And if I kick, then we'll see why. The other thing is this corner's getting big, right? That's a big black corner. And I can hit the 3-3 right now. I kind of like that. So bottom's big, a little hard to know where to come in. Top's big, easy to know where to come in. Just boom, done. Okay, I did all that in Sente. Now, when black plays here, that's a nice move. I think I'm just going to spin another move defending this. Well, defense is wrong because I'm not weak. But stopping black from attacking, which can become pretty big. So I'm going to put it on the fourth line, nice and close. Okay. I want to pinch. Seems natural. But I think I want to kick instead. It's going to make black over-concentrated over here. Now, I was going to play here, but black has a bunch of extra stones. Yeah, I think he can, if I come now, he can just drop down. And he's so strong nearby that if we start a fight, it's going to favor him. Okay, so I'm thinking of, I think maybe I'll just take the corner. If I pinch black, white, black, I live in the corner that way. Okay, I'll pinch because black can approach my corner. Hey, Miguel, you are streaming this for everyone, not Patreon. Really? I have no idea anything about that. George takes care of those things. I'll try to remember to let him know. So as black approaches, that's Sente, because my 3/3's open, so my corner's awkward. So I'd love to pinch to remove that, and it looks like I can. Yep. Yep. And then make sure I don't get surrounded. I'm almost alive in the corner. I'm going to throw in a standard Tsuji. Right. See, he fixes instead of captures. Because if he took down, if he went down, then as I push its Atari, it's very weak. So he has to play here. And that's nice because I don't care if he plays there. And now it's a one-eye situation. Okay. Can he surround me here? Maybe. Should I jump out? Yeah, I don't like getting surrounded here. Well, yeah, I don't like it at all. Okay. I think I'm going to do this and make that a sacrifice stone. From here, I can get outside influence, which I don't see a need for, or I can use it to get the corner. That secures my life and the territory there. Now, if I get surrounded, in one sense, I don't care because I'm already alive. The next thing I care about is his outside. Well, if he surrounds, I simply negate by playing an outside move. So I'm not too concerned now about the outside. What am I concerned about? I'm fine everywhere. He's fine. So I'm thinking of either invading or getting ready to invade. If I kick, he stands. It's my move. I can come in. I like that. But that doesn't really take, it's awfully good in the corner. Almost takes the corner. Maybe it takes the corner. If I drop straight down, that's my corner. But then he has any option he wants. I could just enter. Thanks to my C11 stone, I don't care about him coming under because I'm already alive here. That leads credence to just entering. I think I will. Left or right? It's more freedom on the left. If I play boom, 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 that's nice. cut regardless because it's for free. Okay, so now I can do things like escape if I want. But first things first, let's get alive over here. Now he's sacrificing 2 stones. So he gets this Incente, and there's all the Aji left over. That's assuming I'm alive. Boom, 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 boom. So notice he got the Sente on top. Then he took his sacrifice stones, made them bigger. So now he's getting Aji in the corner. Do I Hani? It gives him another move. If he fills, all I have to do is Hani. He can't say Atari. If he comes down, so I'm winning that fight, so I can come straight down. This is bad shape. Can I come up one more time? Yeah, better shape. Okay, so the bottom fight, I've already won that. Remember, there's some really nice Aji on the left. Corner, I'm sure I can kill in one move if I choose to. But if I do that, I'm using up my liberties. So all of a sudden, the black-white, I could lose that one. So I need to increase my liberties. Yeah, again. Again, I believe so. The turn's very powerful. Very powerful. Not so powerful. Okay, now what? I'm going to win all fights for this white group. Miguel, is this all making sense? When I use my cursor, you know what I'm talking about? Am I explaining thoroughly enough that people can keep up? Okay, good. So now I'm going to pay attention to my right side group because it's all alone and not alive. Can he live in one? You know, I might want to play this move. I'm just going to go for the kill. Oh, man. If I use up these liberties, he's going to say Atari. I fill. Atari, fill, turn. 1, 2, 3 liberties. I would kind of like to go one more time. Can he live in the corner? Ko. He's going to turn in Sente. I don't like that at all. Maybe I needed to let him live in the corner and I live on the side. This is a big move. I need to play it. Okay, now I'm better. Let's just kill this sucker. What, here? Any tricks coming up? I don't think so. Okay. If he plays black, so I'd like to connect. If he plays black, white, black comes under, liberties are tight. I mean, he dies, but the liberties are tight. I'm just going to do it right now so I don't get in trouble. Is my corner alive? I don't trust it. Okay. Period. The end. That was a long, complex fight. If I would say the takeaway for 3Q range that wanted to get better, follow along with how I thought about it. The fight starting, it's like, okay, here's the issue. And I played till that issue was cleaned up. Once there was a breath, what's the next issue? And it kept traveling from group to group until finally all my groups are steady. And he plays away, we get to breathe again and say what's next. And notice in the upper right corner, was I alive? I don't know. Was it Ko? Who would win the Ko? I don't know any of those things. All I know is I was pretty darn uncomfortable. Just play, no more questions. And of course, my experience base is probably better than most of you guys. So it's like my experience tells me, oh, I probably should add a stone here. It's not like, yeah. Okay, so what's it all mean? Well, I can kill these 4 stones. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's almost like 15 points. I can also Atari, save Atari, out. That's nasty. I'm going to do that one. Okay. So we need to check, this big fight's back. If black plays here, I just say Atari. So he's not going to Atari me from this side because I just say Atari. He can't say Atari from this side because I capture, so he has to fill first. I Hane. He can't say Atari. So I think everything's fine there. That leaves us with this capture, which is absolutely humongous. I'm going to go up. There's no need. I can come down. And I'm going to play the Carpenter Square just cuz. Okay, so if I play this way, he drops down, white, black, white. That's dead. So if I play here, does this just do it? Does this just do it? This does it for sure. If he does any Atari, I capture. That's not a problem. So, Hane, dead shape. Can he make it alive? If he plays here, that's crooked 4. He would be alive. Unless I play here and boom, boom. So this kills that shape. And he resigns. You might have lost track when I was reading out the corner that when I push here, he has to play in, which makes it a dead shape again. Cool. Was that? I think that was probably good for some 3Qs to see. when I play these games in the lectures, I really try to play very basic moves and basic thinking. That's my game in general is very basic. But basic can get pretty complicated because you get in a fight and there's complications. Basic doesn't mean don't fight. It just means don't fight when it's bad for you. Miguel, any questions come to mind? I like that we kept it as simple as possible to manage the fight. Yeah. Any questions come up? I thought that was a pretty good example, though. Okay. Miguel, you up to helping? I guess there's a second person here. Not that I know who that would be. Maybe it's Todd. Okay. Finished with that. Yes. Go to KGS. There we go. I typed it in incorrectly. There we go. Sing, Freudify. Sing, Freudify. Do I know you under another name? I haven't brought it up yet. Sorry. I'm talking to Shrodify. Boom. Make it private. And tons of time. We don't care about that. There we go. That's an actual French word? That's cool. Dalen. I know your name, but I'm not too familiar with you. It seems to me we've spoken before, but I'm not really sure. Which essentially means excessively calm. Oh, I like it. Boom, boom. Okay. Share it so people can see what we're doing. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but time with a human. I always make sure there's at least one offset from the corner, just my style. For me personally, French is like a super hard language because the sounds they make, I can't do. It's like I try to make these sounds, these vowels, and I fail. You know, something like Chinese, oh, I got most of that. I can make those sounds. But not the French. Okay. Okay, what do we want to do here? We want to play this way. I'm in a territory kind of mood. Sing frow. We've spoken, and I've had a few lessons in the far distant past. You've also looked at one of my tournament games since your return and wanted me to try playing an ultra simple game. Now, I don't need to play this move, but it's such a nice move. Generally thought of as not too slow. Makes the left so big and strong. I don't think I've ever played this move before, but it's a good move. Ooh, third person. In this latest lecture series, meaning how long has it been now? A year? I don't know how long it's been. Our top is 7 people, 7 occupancy, 7 in attendance. In the old days, when we went 7 years with weekly publicly funded lectures, our top was 82. It's very regular to have 40, 50 people, and sometimes they'll get pretty high. That was cool. I'll take that. I don't want you to get out of hand there, so I'll just snip it, as it were. Yes. This will be the 4th time I played this move in a real game. So in this Joseki, he can right now push and cut. And it makes, he gets the corner, but it makes a bunch of Aji on the bottom. So he wouldn't want to cut because of that. And I didn't need to play this so quickly, but it's fine. Okay. I plan on treating that stone lightly if there's something I want to do. Kind of like the idea of invading the bottom. It is early, but still I'd enjoy it. I'm going to do it. Push is also another normal way. Uh-huh. I can go a little slow like this, or fast. I'm going to go slow. A little stronger, potential for life. Dalen, don't I remember that you're like 3 Don? Something like that? 2, 3 Don right in there? I'm having some memory about that. Oh, nice. Guess that means I better be careful about what I say. Okay. I'd love to get fancy here. Fly Honey, he comes underneath, connect, he comes underneath, cut. Just connect. He plays, there's still a cut here, a little stronger. I'm happy to play stronger. Simple and strong. Yeah, Dalen, a lot of strong players play some terrible Go. They just fight real well. And I've checked this out specifically with some 9 Dons, and it's like, oh yeah, that's terrible. But they outfought their opponent. And that's probably why I wanted you to just play a very simple game, because it really shows what you're made of there, as it were. Okay, so if I push, I'm alive. I mean, if you, honey, push, you drop back. I push, that works. What if I go fast? I'll just go real slow here, see what you do. It's a little slow, but you are left with a bunch of cuts. I don't feel that black's behind yet. Just black's building some weakness. But I never answered R2. I never answered C17. Black has Sente. You've been teaching longer than I've been playing, and the fundamentals of many things have not changed. Just slight evaluation differences. Yeah, I've certainly been playing Go longer than most people and teaching Go longer than a lot of you guys have been alive, which is a funny thing to think about. Some of you saw my finger the other day after it got operated on. Let's see if you can see the difference. There it is. Once I get it, I have a hard time with this. Okay. How do I show my finger? There it is. Much, much better. Yeah. I don't even have it wrapped nowadays. That's how much better it is. Okay, that's where I would play. Means everything's nice and clean. Okay, I think I'll finish this up. That could get annoying. Yeah, it's a lot better. You're in construction. I was a house painter for 40 years, so I was constantly around construction. So cool. What are you particularly a framer, mudder? What's your area? Uh huh. Uh huh. Cool. Really? Okay, I'm starting to feel bad about my corner move in the bottom right. Okay, I was thinking black S1, it's a co. Well, no, I can just fix and I'm alive. So it's not a co. Okay. This being the case, shall I just finish this Joseki? Okay. Everyone's fine? I think we can get a general sense of the count. Boom, boom. 2, 4, 6, 8. Call that 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I'll go with 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. A big 30 plus Comey. Let's put me at 35 ish. Black, 2, 4, 6. That's probably your Sente 8. 10, 12, 14, 16, 20 ish. 22, 4, 6, 8, 30. 2, 4, and 8. I'm down? Can't say that. Well, I played some slow moves and I haven't been able to use them. Okay. All right. That's how you want to play. Boom, 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 boom. Uh huh. Boom. There's a cut here. Doing my little ladder. Let's see if he'll let me get a ladder breaker in. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Doesn't that work for me? Yeah. We have the cut. So I had a chat about 2 years ago with a pro about my style. And I told him I don't even know what that means. I mean, making a plan, all this stuff. I said, I just don't get it. So he explained my style to me. He says, you like your group strong, don't you? I said, yeah. He says, and you'll add an extra move to make sure they're nice and secure. I said, yeah. He says, so you end up being behind on points a lot. I go, yeah. He says, and so you have to fight to get back in. Yeah. Like now, that's exactly what's going on. I said, that's actually not what I want to do. But since I only teach, that's what I teach my students. Make sure your groups are strong. Once they are, then learn how to leave a weak group and start moving up from there. And so since then, I've actually have a note for myself on my desktop saying, don't add the extra move, play one move less, not one move more. So my style's gotten much faster, and I really like it. There we go. Black has an official weak group. What about his other group? If I play H2, then boom, 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 Atari, cut, Wondering how much I can get out of that bottom group. All you had to do was ask. Please cut me. Please cut me, sir. I'd be delighted to. Thank you. Unless I'm dead, I wouldn't like that. Yeah. Relatively strong groups with a good point lead. The only thing is that 1 week group, and I've already picked up a good handful of points on the right. Okay. He saves. I come down, cut. Boom, 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 boom. That ladder belongs to me. It's a lot odgy. If he comes down, I come down. But that's weak. There's a lot of places I can play here. I could capture. Q11 is nice. Maybe Q11, which gives him a forcing move. If I capture, he doesn't get the forcing move. Maybe I'll just capture. Could be a little slow, as his ladder blocks are pretty forcing. Well, cute little move. Okay. Those are important stones to me. Okay, I think that's the way to go. And let me attack your group. I think that's very correct. Sure, I'm looking at that bottom group. Let's see how weak we can make this group and then decide how to handle the center. Good going, Miguel. Good job. Miguel's... Oh, really? Bon. Bon. Atari. Save. Connect. No. Here. Here. Black, white, black, white. Can I go this way? White, black. I think so. I feel like white's pushing a little too hard here. Okay, so if I step, if I just walk out, you go for the surround, that's a lot of trouble. So jumping seems to be the only real idea. Yeah. Miguel's been struggling with, on the one hand, he has some wonderful tools, and if he has time to think, he can play extremely well. But on the other hand, he doesn't have much experience. So things we consider, well, everyone knows that. Well, he might not know that yet. So he tends to falter here and there, which is very depressing. But no, he's been doing pretty good. Yeah, time pressure. We've been working on it. Oh, you struggle with that. Yeah. I can't handle if the lady's there telling me 10, 9, it's like I can't even think about my move. I haven't learned how to turn off that. I played like half a dozen games on Fox at the like a 6Q level, and it's just so annoying. I haven't figured out how to turn her off yet. when you play in the open section in big tournaments, you usually get a pretty good amount of time on your clock. I mean, physical. At least that's how it used to be. And he thinks he's going to kill me first. Okay. If I save, you say Atari, I save, you say Atari on the 2. Say Atari, save, you say Atari on the 1. If I fix, I'm dead. Yeah. No, I can't play well unless I have time to think. Okay, so if I save my stones, I die. Okay. Let me save my group. And you get the 4, I get the bottom left. That's plenty. Thank you very much. Yes, Miguel, this is a good time. Let's just have a quick look. Now, if black captures A, how much is that worth? 8 points. Also, it means my B stones are worthless and I have to sacrifice them. They don't mean anything. That's an extra, gosh, that's going to be a good 10 points. So 15, 20 points, black gains. But looks like he's going to lose the C stones 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 25 plus points. So it looks like it's going to be in white's favor. But black will have center control. So let's just give a count. Let's go with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 34, 6, 38, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 60, 16, Comey 65. Black will have 99 is 18. Closer to 16, we'll call it 18. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 34, 6, 38, 40, 42, 46, 48, 52, 54, 68, 60. Looks like white is in the neighborhood of 5 points ahead. Like it's even on the board, and then I have Comey, that sort of thing. And black will have Sente because he needs to take, then I need to take, and then he gets the move. So it's a close game. Yeah. To me, the particular points of interest, you didn't say Atari. Q players love to say Atari. This is stronger because now white's shape becomes undefined, and you can abuse that later. So I thought that was important. You saw this move, how it is attacking my whole group well. That's good. And the attitude here, I will not submit to you. Your group is weak. I'll go that way. That's really important. That attitude of aggression, and I won't back down unless it clearly you need to. That's that's all mandatory stuff. Good going. Thanks, Miguel. Thanks, Dalen. We'll see all you guys next time. Bye.